And so you've already got a completely lamed up prime minister who can't even begin to solve any of the biggest problems that plague this country. Open borders, the fact that the boats continue to come at near record rates, the insane situation with indefinite leave to remain that we just talked about, enormous numbers of people come from third world countries. He's not going to be able to solve any of those problems without a united parliamentary party, and that is not going to happen. And so with reform, in stark contrast, we're going to go from a very small handful of MPs, formidable MPs, but a small handful relative to the other parties, if we succeed, and if the British people vote for it, to 350 to 400 reform MPs in one fell swoop. No party's ever done anything close to that in one fell swoop. So this would be historic. Current polling suggests that we got a really good chance, at least, of doing that. And if we succeed, every single one of those MPs would have signed up to the manifesto to actually solve these problems, dramatically reduce welfare spending, secure our borders, actually have proper law and order in this country, reward work, start to cut taxes where we can do that. That's a really powerful thing. And more importantly than that, actually, the people who stand to be parliamentary candidates, anyone watching this who is going to be voting in the next general election, know that your reform candidate will believe all of this stuff in their bones. It'll be why they came into politics. Nobody's coming forward to stand for reform in a parliamentary seat because they want open borders. It's not going to happen. And so to that degree, and people often talk about party discipline, and I get that. Look, no doubt, if we win, I get, managing parliamentary parties is not easy, right? We're crystal clear on that. But you shouldn't need party discipline to get through things that are absolutely core to your identity and value set as a political party. If you're trying to do that, you've already lost, in my view. That is the huge opportunity that exists with reform. It's why we've said there's only space for one centre-right party in this country. The Tories but will soon, I think, no longer be a viable national political party. Labour are obviously a disaster. And that's our message to the British people now, is that if it's really important that you get behind Nigel and get behind reform if you want secure borders, you want law and order, you want lower taxes, because the alternative is not actually even Starmer. I think it's something that looks more like Polanski than Starmer, given the absolute dumpster fire of this Mandelson situation.
Are you embarrassed for putting your trust in Peter Mandelson, Prime Minister?
Starmer's approval ratings already are at thermonuclear levels. One of the biggest reasons why the Tories never got anything useful done, that they were half the party were basically the wet lefties. Labour now is in exactly the same boat. They managed to be even more shambolic and corrupt and incompetent than the Tories were. These are just scratching the surface of the things that needed to be done. And so you've already got a completely lamed up prime minister who can't even begin to solve any of the biggest problems that plague this country.
June the 23rd go down as our Independence Day.
I think Brexit, under this current Labour government, is in mortal danger. I think that will be an absolute catastrophe, and we've got to do everything we can to stop it.